If you had told me at like the age of 7 or the age of 14 or even the age of 25 years old that I would one day be the woman that I am and the woman that I needed back then when I was growing up, I probably would have not believed you at all. But, here I am. I'm definitely not perfect. I am not untouched, but I am real and I am authentic and I love the woman that I became. The little girl that I grew up as, she had no idea anything about safety. Really, she had no idea about like softness, about compassion. What she did know was about silence, and what she knew about was secrets and sweeping things under the rugs. She knew how to perform. She knew how to survive. She knew how to keep everybody else around her completely comfortable, even if inside it killed her. The younger version of me, the young kid, I was such a bright kid, such a happy young little girl. I was always careful though, like walking on eggshells. I didn't want to upset anybody. If I was loud or if I expressed emotion, I'd always apologize for that. And the little girl inside of me back then, truthfully, all she wanted was she wanted to be loved, and she wanted to be loved without having to earn love. And that younger version of me, the one thing that nobody ever told me was that you don't have to become less of who you are for people to stay close. And you don't have to give everything about who you are to feel loved. So I ended up becoming the woman that my younger self needed. I had to grieve. I had to be angry. I had to rage. I had to deal with emotional trauma. I had to deal with sexual trauma. I had to deal with abuse, verbal abuse. I mean, the list goes on. I had to deal with all of those things. And I also had to break down every single thing that I was conditioned to believe that I thought that I had to be. I had to unlearn shame. I had to unlearn how to be silent. I had to learn how to stop rescuing people who really wouldn't even show up for me if I needed them to show up for me. And most of all, I had to sit with her. I had to sit with my younger self, the younger version of me who wanted someone to come and protect her. And as strangely as this sounds, I finally realized that I'm actually the one that she was waiting for. So here I sit, 36 years old, having a lifetime filled of trauma, abuse, and all these things up until like the last 5 years. And now my whole purpose in life is to speak my truth, tell my story without shrinking or feeling shameful of the things that happened to me, and being able to choose my peace, to choose not having to perform to be loved or not having to perform to be liked, but just being me. I know how to say no. I know what the word no means, and I will stand on the word no. And I know what true love feels like now. And that love is safe. I learned to hold boundaries for myself, for other people. I learned how to be soft when I needed to. I learned how to be strong when I needed to. And I hold space for the woman that I actually became and the little girl that never gave up on herself. I don't actually live to be liked anymore because I really don't care if you like me or if you don't. I live to be aligned. I live to make a difference between who I was and who I became. I live to help other people speak their truth. I live for the fact that my existence, my stories, that somewhere in this universe that it helps somebody else, that they don't feel so alone, that they feel like their voice matters, that their life matters. And to the little girl that I used to be, to the little girl that craved nothing but love and wanted to feel love and wanted to, feel safe, I didn't forget her. I didn't abandon her. I had to grow up, and I had to grow up for her. But at the same time, there's still parts of that little girl that's inside of me that is really proud of the woman that I became. So if you're out there and you have all these different types of things that have happened in your life, good or bad, or there are things that you had to become the person that your younger self needed. I want you to know that I see you and I know how hard that can be. I really do. Because becoming the woman that my younger self needed, that was real healing. That was really hard stuff. But because I got to heal those versions of myself, and I got to heal those pieces of myself, and I'm still healing parts of me because I'm not really convinced that I truly will ever be healing or that I'm always going to be healing my whole life. Either or, that I know because of the little girl that I used to be and the little girl that needed to feel love and to feel safe. And now as the adult woman I am loved and I feel safe. And because of that, I really became the woman that I wanted to become.